Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through all the trending stories that everyone in Dubai is talking about. Our top story today: 12 kg of weed was found in luggage at DXB.
We'll also be talking about Diwali celebrations are taking place across Dubai.
A partial solar eclipse is happening tomorrow.
And King Kohli woes during the India versus Pakistan match, which took place last night.
And do stay tuned, because later in the show we're going to have Dr. Haider Ali, who is dermatology in skin of color. A really interesting book he's written. We'll get the lowdown on that. But before we get into it all, Happy Diwali! This is so cute. What a fun day. Massive day of celebration. All I've seen this weekend, by the way, is the lights all over Dubai. Dubai is lit. Literally lit.
It's glowing. And I love this outfit on you. You made such an effort. Like, you can see Casey wearing jhumkas.
I made an effort.
Bangles.
I made an effort. You look amazing.
Thanks.
But no, she said I made an effort. No, I didn't. I put this on before the show. You were down in Mina Bazaar. Not once, not twice, but thrice.
No, 5 times.
Thrice, 5. I don't know how it goes after that. And not only she went, obviously you look amazing, but also she had to return 3 times. Were on my account because she could not get bangles to fit my wrist. I had to leave some of them behind.
No!
She came back each time. I was like, they're not going on, Simran. I have obviously quite a large wrist in comparison to other people.
That's so fun. No, it's not your wrist. Maybe it's like your hands. Because, it took me like 3 trips to get...
3 trips to Mina Bazaar to get bangles.
A good enough size for it to fit Casey, but it's still not your size, apparently.
And I couldn't tell Simran the 3rd time she came back. And I was like, yeah, they fit. They fit. And right before the show, I was like, these aren't coming off. This is part of me now.
You know what? You pull it off. It should be a part of you.
I'll be getting like Vaseline all day tomorrow.
Since you look like such a snack.
What's this?
I got you an Indian cute fusion Diwali dessert, and it's like a rasmalai cheesecake. Do you want to try it?
Do I want to try a cheesecake?
I think you do.
So, I'm so excited to try this. However, Simran needs to prank me, so I'm just a little nervous.
No, not today. Maybe
not today.
Halloween.
So, what do we have here? It looks like it's got like a little spice on top.
No, that's
it looks so
Caesar,
good. Is this really all for me?
Yeah, it's all for you.
Oh my God.
Just one bite and that's it. It'll do you good. Right? Rasmalai cheesecake.
Where's this been?
Right?
Where's this been?
All
of my life. Oh my days. Okay. I won't eat all of it because I'll enjoy it more after the show.
You know what? This is literally the best part of living in Dubai and all the fusion stuff, because people like, testing out different things together. Like when you have Arabic and like American food mixing, Arabic and French food, and now you have Indian and just Western, like cheesecake and rasmalai coming together.
Isn't it saffron?
Yeah, it's saffron. Saffron on top, and then the rest is just like cheesecake.
If you like cheesecake. And it does, I don't know, because I don't know the names of flavors and things, but it's got that like Indian desserty flavor thrown in. I don't know. It's delicious.
That's a fusion. Oh, it's so good.
So very quickly, and we're going to talk about what's happening for Diwali today later on in the show, but what are you doing, Simran?
What am I doing? So after work, I'm gonna go meet my friends who are like family, and then we're just gonna like pray, and then probably play games, eat
Where will you go?
Eat more. Where are we gonna go to pray? Just in the house.
So you go to someone's house and just hang out, family day.
Literally, just hang out. It's like a nice bonding session on Diwali days. And like, I'm not gonna burst fireworks, but if it happens that it's around, we'll probably watch it.
Oh, amazing. Keep your dogs indoors.
Keep your dogs indoors,
Keep your dogs indoors if there's fireworks around. Let's get into the Diwali stuff in a little bit. All of the cool things happening in Dubai today. But our top story today, a passenger was found with 12.5 kg of weed in his luggage at DXB. So using technology, Dubai customs inspectors found a smuggler with 12.5 kg of marijuana at DXB. So inspection officers at the Passenger Operations Department at Dubai International Airport were able to identify the suspicious bags after they passed the X-ray machines, which revealed abnormal density in 2 of the bags. The bags were then searched manually, and the marijuana, which was hidden skillfully in the inner lining of the bags, was discovered and seized.
So the operation started when one of the inspection officers suspected the luggage of a passenger coming on a trip from an African country. And during the inspection area, the passenger was asked if he had anything to disclose. He said that he had nothing to disclose, and then the bags were searched manually and the narcotics were seized.
Dubai Customs is the Emirates' first defence line, as we know, people coming into the country, and it will not spare any efforts to tackle all illegitimate activities. We've spoken time and time again about how incredible the process and the security team are and the customs team are at DXB, and this is another example. It was skillfully hidden in the lining of a suitcase. We do get the stories of the banana hidings and the weird, like in the detergents and stuff. In this case, it was skillfully hidden. They saw an abnormal density bag as it was going through the security process. The person was apprehended. No doubt they will be deported, as there is a zero drugs tolerance policy in the UAE, as we know.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. Just like how creative people get with these kind of smuggling attempts. And I mean, the cops are no clowns. Like, they know, they can sense, and there are these detectors, expressions, so many things that are, you know, the tell signs.
We did talk about this. We had an FBI, the top FBI negotiator on the show, Chris Voss, last week, and we were talking about, as people, you know, sometimes going through security, you're not hiding anything, obviously. Never hid something going through security, personally.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask. I've never hid something personally going through security. But we still have those tells. Like, I don't know about you, but my heart rate is like bump, 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 bump. But obviously, it's not strong enough to get, like, every now and then I'll get the pat down. But
yeah,
they're not searching my luggage unless I've got extra water in there or something, you know?
Yeah.
So
true.
there must be more.
It's more than the 100 ml limit.
Yeah. Even if I have something on the 100 ml.
That's when you're stressed.
Stressed, because usually it's a beauty product I don't want to hand over.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, that is the most illegal it gets, you know, like us carrying something exceeding even a little bit over 100 milliliters, and you're just like...
Or if you have 2 bags, because you know you're actually only meant to have 1 bag of products.
Yeah.
So if ever you have more, so if ever you have 2, they can essentially take...
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You can only have 1 bag of products? Why?
I don't know.
Even if it's like within the limit.
Oh, you can only have 1 bag of products, and the maximum limit for the liquid has to be 100 ml or less.
Oh, that's so annoying. Honestly, sometimes they make travel so annoying. But in this case, like, I remember
for our protection and for our safety. Can we just say that? Thank you.
Of course, yeah. So I remember a story about smuggling that came out a few years ago, where there were clothes very neatly folded in someone's suitcase.
That's
remember
suspicious.
We spoke about it? Yeah.
Neatly folded clothes is suspicious.
Yeah, even the cop. I'm sure the airport security were also like, okay, this is just abnormal. So neatly folded. But you know what? There are some people I know that really do fold their clothes nicely and just like, roll it up.
Marie Kondo their luggage.
Yeah, there are people like that. But the fact that they realized that this is sus, and they decided to like check the clothes, because the narcotics were like ironed into the linen.
Wow.
So that's the strangest thing, you know, how they just...
So regardless of the technique, Dubai Customs are on the ball. Let's jump into our next story and why Simran is so beautifully dressed.
Oh,
it's amazing.
I'm really beautifully dressed.
Shout out to Taz, by the way, for today. Obviously, traffic is terrible, and Taz came into the office. She's our office manager and provided me with this cute outfit. So
beautiful.
Thank you, Taz, if you're watching.
Yellow kurti. Got us twinning too. So guys, Dubai's community is going all out for Diwali celebrations. Now, the world has been celebrating the Festival of Lights all weekend long, but celebrations in Dubai always hit different, with people from all walks of life coming together to be a part of the festivities. And for those celebrating, it's a time for introspection, healing, family, friends, fireworks, and lots of food. And apart from the restaurants, hotels, and entertainment outlets, holding weekend-long offers and Diwali-themed nights. The city also lit up with twinkly fairy lights and just generosity in general.
And generosity is key, I think, because Dubai residents organised Diwali charities like food and clothing donation drives. Food was distributed to low-income workers. We shared that on over the weekend. It was a beautiful story. And brands have also shared creative campaigns on the occasion for all those celebrating.
And skies also illuminated with glittering firework displays over the weekend at Global Village and Dubai Festival City. And today being the official day is when families will gather for prayer meets and some good old-fashioned bonding time. So that's a lot of fun that's going to take place in the city afterwards. And like you said, like you've seen just how people go so ham with lighting up their balconies with fairy lights during this time of the year.
There is no comparison.
Yeah.
Like there's Christmas, obviously, in terms of how people celebrate in their houses. However, the lighting, we're like, it's amazing the number of lights that are on each house and like the effort it must take.
In Dubai, it's almost a competition between buildings.
Oh, I'm sure. Does anyone actually? We love getting your videos, and we love seeing how lit, especially Dubai, kind of takes the award. So if in Dubai if in Dubai the buildings are having a little competition, Dubai wins. Like as a neighborhood.
Yeah, for
sure. People drive there intentionally just to check out how beautiful it is. And I would urge you to go down and just check, see it yourself in real life because it's just stunning.
For sure. My sister yesterday is like, Simran, can we go down? Like, can we just drive? Can we get a rent a car? Can we go down Dubai and just see the lights? And I'm like, to see the lights? You want me to rent a car so you can look at the lights? I'm like, no,
what
go
a
yourself.
Great thing to do. What a great activity.
Yeah,
like why else would you rent a car?
sure.
To go and do a big supermarket shop? Like that is beautiful. What a memory.
We rent a car probably for long drives, yes, but like to go down to Dubai, just look at the lights. But yeah, it's just that. But my point is, it's just become such a, hype, not a hype, like an attraction. Like you want to go down and see it. And the buildings, it's not just if you're a Hindu, Indian, it's like other people also want to be part of it. So they'll just light up their balconies with lights to make sure it's your building that wins. Not there's no competition. But
I'd say there's leaflets going on to the doors. Like, this is our year, guys. Let's get the photo in. But it's so amazing in terms of just the kind of the festive spirit among communities, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And this is something that the communities have built themselves. So we live in a city where traditions aren't as such. Like we are making the traditions year on year. So it doesn't matter what religion you are. It doesn't matter where you're from. Why your family tradition cannot be today to go down to Dubai and just see the lights tonight. Like make that tradition happen because we are building communities. Like Dubai is growing and year on year we have new people joining us. So how we choose to celebrate these occasions is up to us. So
wow. So beautifully
it's fun to wear because we're learning every year and this is new to me too. And by the way, in every Diwali conversation that we have, you always go hard on the food. So what's on the menu?
Today there's a surprise coming to the office at 4 p.m. I'll tell you that much.
I hope I'm here. What's coming?
Oh, no, you should be here. Where else would you be? What's a surprise? Okay. We're going to get you dancing. That's all I can say.
When Simran says surprise, it makes me nervous. Jumping into our next story, there is a partial solar eclipse happening tomorrow. Look up, but only look up if you're wearing protective eye gear, please. A 2-hour solar eclipse will take place tomorrow. It's expected to take place between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. and it will actually be visible in Europe, Asia, North Africa and the Middle East.
A solar eclipse is when the moon moves between the sun and the earth, casting a shadow on earth and fully or partially blocking the sun's light in some areas.
Okay, so two things. One, if you are interested in these celestial activities, the Dubai Astronomy Group has shared a fact. So looking at... I'm going to read it out properly. So solar viewing or eclipse glasses are not regular sunglasses. So putting on your sunglasses to look at the eclipse is not it for your eyes. You need proper viewing protection and you can actually buy them. So head to Dubai Astronomy Group. They have links where you can buy glasses. Also, you can head to an event at the Al Thuraya Astronomy Centre in Mushrif Park. This is tomorrow from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Ticket fees vary from 30 dirham to 500 dirham. And there is an event program kicking off at 2 p.m. 500 is, by the way, is the VIP. There's always a VIP element in Dubai.
Always a VIP.
But the 50 dirham is the general admission. There's start of the solar eclipse. You'll also get an introduction, so you'll learn more about it, especially if you have kids who finish school a little bit early. You want to take them to teach them about what it means and also the safety behind it. This is a really cool event, so why not head down there if you're free tomorrow at 2 p.m.
I'm so glad you gave the disclaimer about the sunglasses when you watch the eclipse, because me as an idiotic child, I would wear my 3D sunglasses.
Yes! And you'd be like, this is the one. Why we thought plastic 3D sunglasses was going to help, I don't know.
I'm sure it was somewhere on the internet. Like, I'm sure something on the internet made us believe that.
Yeah, and it's our fault for believing it.
What, we were kids?
Yeah.
No?
Was there proper glasses? Because I remember there was a solar eclipse.
Glasses?
When I was growing up, and we all got glasses.
You bought glasses for watching?
I don't remember, but we were all.
Yeah, we had them too, but they were 3D glasses.
3D glasses.
Because we bought them. I'm sure we bought them, but they were 3D glasses, like the red and blue glasses. You know, not even the ones when you go to the cinemas now and it's like black. No, it was like those plastic ones, and it had like red on one side, blue on one side. And you would look up in the sky.
Yeah.
And you would feel like something is happening, but actually nothing. You couldn't see anything. Nothing really was happening.
Maybe it's because blame the glasses. But you could actually watch it live on YouTube from the comfort of your own home. And I don't think you need sunglasses to watch it live. Okay, so you can get your solar eclipse glasses on Amazon. I just want to see what they look like. They kind of look like 3D glasses. They're 25 dirham.
They do, right? That's why probably people thought that you could.
Maybe we were wearing them, and you get 25% off. If you have the credit card, okay.
Thanks.
A specific credit card. Let's not have the credit card chat today, Simran. I cannot deal with your credit card.
Oh my god.
Another day. If you've watched the show before, Simran is new to credit cards, and she has
4 credit cards.
We need to have a proper discussion about why that's not okay.
Credit cards, yeah. I canceled 2 after the last conversation that we had, but it's stressing me out. Someone said, Kiran Kalal said, Happy Diwali on Instagram. Happy Diwali to you too. Guys, we move on to our next story, which is a lot of fun because apart from Diwali celebrations, Dubai was celebrating this big win yesterday, and it would have been celebrating either. If Pakistan won, it would have been a big celebration. India won, would have been a big celebration. So either way, the city was celebrating. So King Kohli impresses all with his winning shot during the India versus Pakistan match. So it was a face-off between India and Pakistan once again during the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2022 on Sunday afternoon, yes, at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. And this time around, India emerged victorious. And India beat Pakistan by 4 wickets in a nail-biting match thanks to Virat Kohli's impressive 82 not out. And after Pakistan gave the men in blue a run for their money, Virat Kohli and Hardik Pandya's partnership brought India back into the contest with a stirring 5th wicket.
And as can be expected between these two rival countries, as expected, the Indian community in Dubai could not be more happy with the win celebrations. Across the streets, we have the videos on Instagram if you want to check that out, as fans marked the sensational win. Social media was buzzing with praise for Hardik Pandya and Virat Kohli as the two revived India with a 113-run stand for the 4th wicket. So what a day. I know everyone was out at cafes last night watching India and Pakistan go head-to-head, and it was a huge win for India because I think, of course, we know that the rival between them over cricket is just, it's a lot. And,
it is, yeah.
You know, it's a lot. Did you watch it?
I watched it. Oh, I watched it. And I thought I was a jinx to the match. Because the last one that I watched, it was India lost. So yesterday I went in thinking like, okay, we are going to lose. I went prepared for like, you know, just the banter that you have with the opposing side. But we won.
So Pakistan won the last match.
Yeah.
That was here in Dubai.
Yeah.
And then India won this one. So it's just it's tit for tat, it's toe for toe, it's head for head.
So these are 2 different tournaments. And then this time, it's not going to be like 3-4 times that India and Pakistan go head to head. Now, if they are to face off again, it would probably be in the semi-finals. So that's a long way down. Not a long way down, like a couple of weeks down. But you know, the special thing about Dubai is yesterday when I posted this on my TikTok, people were just like, this is the beauty of Dubai. Like, where else can you really enjoy the game with the opposing side? Because that's more fun, you know, when you have like both the sides.
Yeah, you need rivalry. That's why the World Cup is going to be amazing.
Yeah, exactly. The World Cup, like the FIFA World Cup, right? Honestly, like it's gonna, now the sports streak has started and it's gonna be like that until December, December 20th.
I wish Ireland was playing in anything. It's like my low-key dream. I wish they were in the World Cup, but they're not, but that's fine. Not salty about it. Guys, stay tuned. We're gonna have Dr. Haider Ali, who is a dermatologist specializing in skin of color. So he's written a very interesting book and he's gonna be with us right after this. Welcome back to Lovin Dubai show. Now, white skin has traditionally been used as an example in textbooks for dermatologists, but skin conditions look different in people with different skin tones, and so Dr. Haider Ali created his own skincare guide, studying the skin tones of 35 participants to find out how best to handle your skin. Welcome to the show, Dr. Haider Ali. Very happy to have you.
Hi, thanks, guys. Happy Diwali, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Same to you. Also, what got you into dermatology?
So, in the UK, we call ourselves GPs or consultants of family medicine here in Dubai. When I was a junior doctor, I felt anyone that presented with a dermatological condition, I thought must be just eczema. So, recognizing I was quite poor in recognizing those conditions, I did some further studying to enhance the care I was delivering to patients. And that's essentially one of the main reasons. And then COVID actually was another trigger because, as you might know, COVID caused the presentation of a lot of conditions in skin colors that we wouldn't normally have studied dermatology in. And that's predominantly darker skin colors.
Why is that? So your book looks at different skin tones because it hasn't been done before, which is astonishing.
Yeah, I mean, the presentation of darker skin colors tend to focus on sexually transmitted diseases, which skews the data. It's not that people of those skin colors behave in those ways particularly more than anyone else. But European medical schools and worldwide, to my knowledge, it's always been that.
Studies have just been on white skin.
Absolutely.
Strange.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like that is one area where the medical field was lacking, but where else do you feel that, dermatologists have gone wrong in the past?
I wouldn't perhaps say that they've gone wrong. It's more that it's been the status quo for so long. So at least in the UK and Europe, most patients we see would be with dermatological conditions would be Caucasians. And when we get someone who is of an Arab ethnicity or Afro-Caribbean ethnicity, you'd still want to treat it as the same. But the problem is, and this is proven statistically, is we often get to the conclusions a bit later which can have significant impacts depending on if it's an eczema or psoriasis which has been misdiagnosed, or a fungal infection, or something more serious like skin cancer.
So, through your studies, what is kind of, I guess, the most surprising thing that you learned based on skin tones, how issues can differ?
Yeah, so essentially, something as common as psoriasis, which is a condition where your skin is very dry and you can get a white, chalky appearance on the knees, the elbows, amongst other places. In someone perhaps darker than myself and you, it would look silvery red, violet perhaps, and even to a seasoned non-specialist, they might think, oh, this is maybe an infection or something different. So your treatment might well be incorrect.
So what are the general tips of skincare, like the 5 major things that everyone should be careful about?
Sure. So regardless of where you are in the world, but particularly in a humid environment where you've got the sun all the time, I would say sun factor, even if you're driving around or walking somewhere, because you get UVA and UVB sunlight. The difference being that it affects, one type affects all your layers of the skin, the other one the topmost. Someone like Casey, I would say, should be on a good SPF, like SPF 50. Me and yourself, us two, perhaps SPF 30, because we've got a bit of natural protection. Hydration, super important. And one of the things I often stress to patients, this might not be 5 points, but is that when you say I've used all the moisturizers out there, often people will use it once a day or maybe once every 2 days, feeling that's regular. Whereas in the same way as if we're thirsty, we'll have more than one small glass of water, you need to regularly be topping your skin up with a moisturizer.
Moisturize more than twice a day?
Absolutely.
Wouldn't that depend on your skin type? Like if it's dry, then more than twice a day. If it's oily or combination, it's like once a day is fine.
So it depends. Oily skin conditions will have to do with what your pores are doing. So sometimes you get blocked pores, which make us look greasy, or we get white or black spots, and what people appreciate as acne. But we all get thirsty if we stick to that analogy. So I, for example, I'll have a moisturizing bottle on my desk, and after every patient consultation, wash my hands, dry them, and then apply a moisturizer, which is over the top. But 5 to 6 times, thanks. 5 to 6 times a day, I would say, is good as a normal moisturizer to use.
You know, people have very challenging skin journeys. What's kind of is there any thread of similarities that you see with your patients of people who may be experiencing acne or people who just have I guess acne? Is there any like similar threads that people could kind of like pinpoint and fix?
The one pattern I've seen is people will often think, I can't go to the doctor about my skin if it's something that they see is perhaps not that serious. And often when they do come, the prevailing common factor with everyone, regardless of skin tone, is the mental health aspect. It's the first thing you see in someone. It's the first impression perhaps you see. And if you really if you get a good rapport with a patient or a friend, you realize how big an impact even sparkling skin or nice skin to me and you might be interpreted differently with a patient. And I've had patients who've been suicidal, who've had really low self-esteem, not gone for jobs like this, for example, for fear of being character analyzed with respect to the skin, live and otherwise. So mental health, I would say, is a big underestimated factor.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So if I give you like 3 very common just issues that people have, would you be able to give quick tips on them?
Hope so.
Okay, so large pores.
Large pores.
Yeah.
Do you want to elaborate?
Like just people with large pores on their faces. What would be some like quick tips for them to, combat that?
Okay. I mean, when they come into my office or my colleague's office, if it often is as a result of an issue with those pores. So if we break it down a little bit, you will get, if we stick with acne, for example, it's an issue of either the pores, however large or small they are, getting blocked. That can happen if we produce too much natural grease, which is called sebum, that blocks the pores, or if we get skin overgrowth on them. So if we stick with the large ones, if you like, it's having a decleansing moisturizer that you should use, not neglecting your skin, and that's actually linked with good nutrition as well.
Okay. You want to give another one?
Yes, please.
Okay.
So I want to talk about old wives' tales. This is a skin. So I have a little bit of acne, and I spoke to someone, and she suggested I put on apple cider vinegar after I had had a laser facial. So I put apple cider vinegar. So what are your thoughts on these kind of old wives' tales, cure-alls for acne? Would you suggest them or no?
Generally speaking, old wives' tales are not evidence-based.
Yeah.
If you find that whichever one you're going for works for you and you're happy with it, then I'd say there's probably little damage in that. But as a healthcare professional, I would say I can only, suggest sticking to the science.
Didn't work.
No, I've seen people use things like they've had like dry skin, and someone said put it in have a bath with lots of salt water, which is probably the worst thing you can do, and they ended up with complications.
But wouldn't natural remedies be the best? Like when people put turmeric and what would you suggest would be the best natural remedy for skincare?
I mean, it's quite a wide question, but if it's dry skin and you're trying to care for your skin in that manner, if you're not going for a moisturizer, or for example, aloe vera, you can get that from a lot of plant sources.
Aloe vera, okay.
Yeah, and the thing with skin is, imagine it's like this desk, and dry skin would be where there are cracks in the desk, where the bits aren't meeting, and any gap there is, you get water evaporating. So whatever moisturizer like Vaseline or aloe vera, if it's a natural source you prefer, you're plugging the gap. But that doesn't last forever, so you need to keep replugging, hence the increased...
Reapplying the product.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to get back into your book a little bit, just because I think the study is so interesting. And let's say people with skin of color, if they go to a doctor, what do you want people to know? Is there any message that you have to people that should be reading your book? So maybe skin diagnosis that aren't getting the diagnosis as quickly as possible. Is there any message that you would like to share with the audience?
Sure. So essentially, just to clarify from earlier, it's a book that looks over 35 different common conditions. And what I feel is different about this book is, let's say you've got psoriasis, and there are pictures of psoriasis in lighter skin tones right next to a variety of darker skin tones. So whether you're a healthcare professional or a average Joe who's not a medic, which is fine, of course, you can look and see and try to identify if I think I've got that issue, and then you can either broach it with your healthcare professional. The book's entirely free, so anyone can have it. Get in touch with us via email or tag on Instagram, and
that's amazing.
We're happy to give it. Yeah.
How can they find you? What's your email or what's the Instagram tag so people can reach out and get the book for free? That's so great, by the way.
Yeah, no worries. So my email is haider.ali1@nhs.net. I've kept my UK email, or at health_fitness_doc on Instagram, and we've got a team that will respond to you, hopefully promptly.
That's amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Also, I want to ask, what's your personal skincare routine like?
Yes.
Apart from
what is your personal skincare routine?
So you know how doctors will bore you to death about drinking water and plenty of it. So I'm quite active. I probably drink about 3 liters of water a day. You probably don't like Vaseline because it's cumbersome, especially if we're long-sleeved, like us today, like all of us today. So I do that twice a day, first thing in the morning.
What do you mean you do that twice a day?
So I apply it to any area that's particularly dry.
Okay,
or I think is exposed to air and the humidity here.
On your face, you would apply Vaseline?
Also, yeah.
I heard that applying Vaseline on your face promotes hair growth. So I stopped.
Is it?
Because we would always put Vaseline on. Yeah, sorry, not medically. That is not scientific fact, but we would always put Vaseline all here. And then we were told that it would promote hair growth. So we stopped doing it.
I didn't know that. Is that a thing?
I don't think
debunked
so.
myth, not true.
Debunked today, yeah.
Okay.
So I do that, and then I've got I use soap substitutes because soap can dry your skin. There are some expensive ones like the nice Doves that don't,
the moisturizer.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's why I use things like Aveeno, amongst others, to use as a
Lifebuoy, Dettol, body washes, no, it's too drying. But does it actually kill the germs?
So some do. Others they'll have titles on them. They'll say dermatologically tested, which is just not quite. I think.
That's not true. Isn't that false marketing?
It is, but it depends where in the world you're doing that, I guess. So there's a lot of those that just put the label on, from what I've seen, if you read into them. But one thing I would want to say is, people, especially in places like this, or if you've got a job where you're sweating a lot, if you're having multiple showers, when we use the body gel, or during the showers, the shower gel, you're actually taking off a lot of your natural moisturizing ability. So we're drying our skin that way. So after showering, it's a good idea to use a moisturizer after you've dried yourself, and not cake yourself in it, but put it across the areas again that are exposed.
So less gels, more moisturizers, more Vaseline, and a whole lot of water.
Sure, that's what I do.
Sunscreen.
Sunscreen.
SPF 50 and 30.
Buy sunscreen. That is all we have time for, unfortunately, but so interesting. I feel like we could question you on and on anonymously for hours, because it's so interesting. But thank you so much for your time, Dr. Haider. Dr. Haider Ali, who's giving his free book away, and we'll have details in the links beneath the show. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Happy Diwali from me.
Happy Diwali from me.
Happy Diwali from me.
Bye-bye. Okay, we're out.